Hi folks, Charlie Shelton with Disneyland News Today, back once again to try some tasty treats. We are going to try some of the new hand pies and cookies that have released at the Disneyland Resort today. They're scattered all over property, so we're going to go to both parks and downtown Disney to pick up our hand pies. We have the guava hand pie at Marceline's in downtown Disney. We have the raspberry hand pie at Bing Bong's in DCA. We have the blueberry hand pie at Trolley Treats in DCA. We have the strawberry hand pie from Candy Palace in Disneyland. And we have the lemon hand pie from Pooh's Corner in Disneyland. So I've been all over property collecting these pies, and here they all are. So I've been very careful with them all day, trying really hard not to blemish them. So let's get these out here and give them a shot. All right, so we've got all our hand pies here, and we're calling them hand pies because that's what Disney is saying, but they're Pop-Tarts. You know, it's a little pastry with frosting on top and fruit filling in the middle. So it's a Pop-Tart, but we're gonna call them hand pies because that's what they say on the menu, and we're gonna abide by the rules. I'm really excited for these, actually. I wrote a paper about Pop-Tarts when I was in college. They were invented to be dog food first, and then when dogs didn't want them because they were too processed, they were like, maybe people do. So they changed it from meat to fruit, and from dog food to people food, and that's how we got Pop-Tarts in the 60s, I think. It's like the mid-60s. Anyway, I've always been a fan of Pop-Tarts, so I'm really looking forward to this. Let's dive in. We're gonna go in the order that we got them. So, guava, and to be honest, this is the one I'm looking forward to the most, so I'm glad I get to. This is the one I got earliest in the morning. It's a lot of bread. I shouldn't have gone for the corner. It's a lot of breading. The guava is there, it's present, but I think wow, so much better. That's great. So, I mean, Pop-Tarts are good and they taste like, you know, childhood and nostalgia. These are a much better version. This is a lighter, fluffier. It's not like toast bread, like a Pop-Tart where it's just kind of flavorless crust. This is a really good shortbread. You know, like I wouldn't be upset about it if it was a cookie on its own without the filling, but then you do get the guava filling. There's not a whole lot of guava filling in there, but there's enough. It's such a potent flavor that it carries, you know, so it's good. All right, I don't want to fill up. That one's really good. Very guava, very tropical, good for the summer. I'm gonna go into the raspberry one now. And I'm not gonna make the mistake I did last time. I'm actually gonna split it ahead of time. So we'll take a look at that there. It's about the same amount of fruit filling. This doesn't come through as well. The raspberry's too subtle. It's overpowered by the frosting, which is really good. It's sweet, but you kind of need that with so much of the shortbread, which isn't overly sweet. But the raspberry, I guess, is just too delicate. Yeah. Totally lost the flavor of that one. The guava came through really well because guava is more of a punch. But the raspberry is just too soft. All right, blueberry time. This one is from Trolley Treats. Let's go ahead and, oh, come on now, look at that. Look at that. Granted, it's split different, so you can like see inside of it, but you can see it's actual jam. It's not that thin, you know, inclusion from a Pop-Tart. This is actual, more of a jam, and it's got some heft to it. This one's better than the raspberry. The blueberry definitely comes through more. It's still not super present, but I know it's there. I know it's blueberry. Yeah, this is subtle, but like the kind of subtlety you want, not lost. It is just very subtle. It's not bad. It's just not as fruit forward, I think, as I would have liked and as I got from the guava. So now I'm like viewing everything through that lens of this is the good one, and we're kind of working around in different ways. It's not terrible, it's just not as good as the guava one. All right, strawberry. This is classic. It even looks like the classic Pop-Tart with the white frosting and the pink decoration. Strawberry is probably gonna be the most popular flavor, I would imagine, for a lot of people who just would choose a pastry off the rack. So, there we go. A little bit of strawberry in there. Doesn't seem to be as full. Yeah, it doesn't seem to be as full as the guava and the blueberry. It's a little more like the raspberry, a little thinner. It tastes like strawberry candy flavor. Like the other ones, except for the raspberry, which didn't taste like much, the blueberry and the guava taste like jam. You know, like from a fruit. This tastes like a strawberry candy. Like red flavored. That's a little disappointing. Yeah. Oh well. It's fine. I mean, it's sweet and it's fun, but you know, when you could have one of the others, like if you were at Candy Palace and that's what you wanted, great, then that'll hit the spot. But you know, the blueberry one or the guava one that's a little more, you know, tastes like real fruit to complement the cookie, I think might be a better choice for my palate anyway. So our last one is lemon. This is from Pooh Corner, and this has yellow and red on top, which the first time I saw this, I thought, oh, that's just another cute Pooh themed treat, you know, like the Tigger tail. And then I found out there was a whole series of hand pies like this. So this one is lemon. Let's give it a shot. See, even this one has a little more filling to it. Wow. That's really nice. I usually intensely dislike lemon. So, like it always just tastes like cleaner to me, except for the Girl Scout cookies, the old ones with the lemon drops, because that one was more of a lemon zest. Not so much the lemon fruit, but more like the lemon peel, like just that little bit of citrusy note to it. And that's kind of what this is. It does remind me of either like the Savannah Smiles or the lemon drop cookies that they used to have, because it tastes more like a lemon zest than what we would associate as like a lemon flavor of a pastry or something, which to me usually comes off as Lysol. Like there's no nice way to put it. To me, it tastes like a cleaning product. But this one tastes like just the edge of a lemon before it gets too heavy and before it gets to that next level. This is nice. Again, like the blueberry and like the, I guess, raspberry, very subtle, and I think that's what it is. It's not slapping you in the face with so much lemon that it feels like your mouth is being disinfected. It's just subtle enough to get that hint of citrus, and then it lets the beautiful shortbread cookie do the rest of the work. That's actually really nice. This is one of the very few lemon things I've ever enjoyed. Right, so we also had a few new cookies debut here at the resort. So as we were picking up our hand pies, we also picked up the new cookies. So we've got 3 different kinds of cookies. We have the chocolate chip, which is where we're gonna start. I'm apprehensive right off the bat. You know, I mean, you can't ever hate a chocolate chip cookie. So I'm sure it's gonna be fine. But like, it's not an exaggeration to say Disneyland has one of the finest chocolate chip cookies in the world. So to switch up the recipe is, I don't really understand why. So let's give it a shot. Yeah, it's just a chocolate chip cookie. It's really moist. It's not Chips Ahoy style. It is a well-made cookie. But it's just a cookie. Like, it's just a chocolate chip cookie. It tastes like what they used to give us in elementary school, like these gigantic chocolate chip cookies. And then in high school, you could buy them for like 50 cents or whatever, and they were just the mass-produced, you know, decent. They're baked on site and everything. They're good cookies, and I lived on them in high school. But it's not an award-winning cookie. And I don't know why with the other styles of cookies. They had a second style which had like multiple kinds of chocolate chips with white chips and everything. Another really good cookie kind of following up as a successor. I don't know why they would scale back to this regular chocolate chip cookie that you could get anywhere, including in an elementary school cafeteria. So, you know, it's still fine. I'm not mad at the cookie. It's just not as good as the cookies that I'm used to from Disneyland. So anyway, they also have the Oatmeal Raisin cookie, and I was one of those weird kids who always loved the Oatmeal Raisin cookie. Like, this is one of my favorite cookies, so I'm looking forward to this. Another thick but very moist cookie. That's good. It's good. There's lots of oats, like full oats in it. There's no walnuts or anything, but there's plenty of oats for the oatmeal, and there's 2 different kinds of raisins, green and red grapes. Lots of cinnamon flavors. It's good. Again, nothing to blow me away. It's just kind of a run-of-the-mill cookie, you know. Yeah, it's nothing special, but how can you be upset when you're eating a cookie at Disneyland? Like, I'm still having a good time. There's nothing wrong with it. It's just not out of this world. Our final cookie is the double chocolate chip, and this is chocolate, but then it's got the white chocolate chips in there as well. And the cookie itself, the breading is chocolate. So you can see just so moist. These cookies, they're great. And I did see they were bringing out a tray of them from the back as they were putting these out. I assume they were being freshly cooked or you know, brought out from being freshly cooked and then cooled. This one's fine. They're all fine. It just feels like somebody made a Costco run rather than doing something special. Like the hand pies, even the raspberry one, which has very little fruit flavor, or the strawberry one, which doesn't really taste like strawberry, the cookie is still good. It's still a good shortbread. You know, you can tell that it was prepared there and made fresh, and it's well balanced, made by a chef. This just tastes like a normal cookie. And you know, again, that's fine. You know, if one of these wound up on a kid's menu, where like you get your chicken nuggets or whatever at the restaurant, and then it also comes with one of these cookies, that I would understand. That's kind of what this feels like. Not so much the beautiful bakery case showpiece cookies that so many of the other items are. Yeah. They're fine. So overall, I mean, the hand pies are really great. And I was actually surprised by a couple of these. The guava one is hands down far and away the best. And you don't need to go into the park to get that one. It's at Marceline's in downtown Disney. So if you can't get a reservation or you don't want to pay the hundreds of dollars to walk through the gate, you can come and get this one. It's the best. It's at downtown Disney, and you can be on your way. If you do wind up inside the gates at DCA, the blueberry one is great at Trolley Treats, and the lemon one is great at Pooh Corner. So whichever park you're in or downtown Disney, you have something good to choose from, in addition to all of the other amazing sweets and treats that they have here. And it's just a constantly rotating menu. So I hope you've enjoyed this. If you did, let us know in the comments down below. Thanks for stopping by. We'll see you next time.